Hello guys, welcome back to Daily Coding. Today we are going to discuss how to find mean and max value from the array. So here we have this array. Let's suppose we define this array. Same I explained in the dry run. So here we have 3 and then we have 1 and then we have 4 and we have to find out mean and max from the array. To find the solution, we can imagine this value, the first array first value is the mean and max, and then we'll compare with all other value, and based on the our logic we'll find the mean and max value. So let's see how what is the logic for that and how we'll define the value. So first we'll define the mean and max value. Mean also it should be array of 0 index, means the first value. Here we are defining mean, it is also array of 0, and then we define here max. Max is also defined as array of 0. So first value we defining as a mean and max, and then we will check the logic here. So if array I is greater than max value, then what we have to do, we have to assign max value as array of I. So suppose if we define the 3 and we checking the 1, and it is if this value is greater than this, so here this value will be become the max value and it will assign to here, and same it will be for the mean value. It will check if this value is the mean, then it will assign to, so we have to swap the value and then it will complete the loop and then we'll get the final result. So let's write the code and we'll see how it will work. So first we have to return the value in the form of array list. So first what we have to do, we have to define one array list. So let me define array list here, and it should be integer type, and we given the name of answer, and then now we are going to define mean value. Mean should be array of 0, and integer max also it should be also array of 0. So we are defining both value the same, and we'll define the n. N is the length of array. Okay, and now we have started our loop. Integer I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Now we are checking if mean is less than array of I. If this is less value, then what we have to do, we have to assign mean value equal to array of I, and if max value is greater than array of I, here we'll compare. We can write the logic in the against opposite side. Array of I is greater than max, so it will be easy to understand. Either we can swap the logic also, that will be also work. Array of I is less than mean value, and here array of I is greater than max value. What we have to do? We have to assign the array of I, and then so we finally will get the mean and max value. After end of the loop, we have to add this list mean and max. List dot add, and we are adding mean value first, and then list of add max. And let me compile this code, and we missed to return it. First we need to return this value also, and let me correct this value. So we defined as an answer, so here we also need to add in the answer list, not in the list. Okay, so just be careful of the part name you provided, and we have to return answer. And let me compile this code, and then we can see here our test case is passed. So in this array we have 1 is the minimum and 8 is the maximum, and in the output you can see it is expected output is 1 and 8, and expected also is the same. So our test case is passed. Now let me submit this code, and then this test case is passed and it's completed. So here what we did, we assign mean value and max value, and then we compare with mean and max, and then we submit the value. In another way, if you don't, if suppose in the array, if any negative value will be there, then what we can do, that can create problem. Here it's given all the positive value only, so it will work. But if suppose it have some negative value, in that case it can create problem. So what you have to do, you can assign math dot max value, and so which is the main value we can assign as a max value, and which is the max value we can assign as a math dot mean value. That will also work. So this will also work, and we can compile the code for this also. It's not math, it's integer dot mean value, integer dot mean value, and integer dot max value. And this way also we can define the value mean and max. So if mean we have to define the max, and max we have to define the mean. And let me submit the code, and this will also pass. So both way we can, if we have defined all value is in the positive number, then we can define array 0, and that will work. If we have given the condition, maybe the value will be in the negative. In that case, we can define in this approach, and that will work fine. So we got all these things, and then here it's provided the value for same. So here we define initial mean max, and then it's array 1, and I1 is less than s, then we define mean equal to 1, and in the iteration 2, array 2 is 4, and we define 4 is greater than 3, then it's max, and result mean and max. So we already see in the code, and here the algo is also provided. So I hope you will understand properly, and if you have any doubt, please raise your doubt, and I will provide in the comment section. I'll try to give the solution or give the clarification if you have any doubt. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned with me, and like and subscribe. and share with your friend. Thank you all. Good night.